So you're thinking about moving to Palm Springs and you're wondering, can I really afford to live there? Stay tuned and let's explore the cost of living in Palm Springs. The cost of living is constantly evolving, especially now with inflation, supply chain issues, and increasing labor costs. Palm Springs is a great place to live, especially with over 350 days of sunshine each year. But just what is the cost of living here in Palm Springs? Compared to the rest of the country, Palm Springs' cost of living is 33.8% higher than the U.S. average. So let's start with one of the biggest contributors in the past year, and that's the housing costs. Housing costs in all of California are higher than the U.S. average. But what about Palm Springs? The current price of an average-sized detached home is $1,242,000, and the average condo is $475,382. Prices are coming down some, but the big price corrections that some people have predicted just isn't occurring. Palm Springs housing costs are 86% higher than the U.S., but compared to the entire state of California, Palm Springs is not as expensive as many other cities. Overall, housing costs in California are 135% above the U.S. average. And also, Palm Springs isn't the most expensive place to buy a home here in the Coachella Valley. Rancho Mirage, Indian Wells, average home prices are higher. The least expensive homes can be found in Coachella, Desert Hot Springs, and Cathedral City. Next on the list is the cost of utilities. Because of the weather here, most of the year is fantastic, and you don't need to turn your heat on as much. However, in the summer, it does get hot, and air conditioning is a must. Palm Springs utilities are 14% higher than the U.S. average. And Southern California Edison, our electricity provider, continues to ask for rate increases due to the increased costs of natural gas, and the costs also of paying employees and services, and also buying new equipment and material. So one thing that many people consider is going solar. It's worth checking into. You can even use your solar to charge your electric vehicle. Overall average utility costs in all of California are about $450 a month. So in addition to electricity, cable and internet are about $118 per month, and water is about $80 per month. You may also have a propane or natural gas bill. And of course, utility costs also depend on the size of your home and the number of people living in your home. And there is a difference in cost depending on exactly where you live. Now, let's look at grocery costs. No matter where you live, you need to eat. And the good news is that in the Palm Springs area, our grocery store costs are about the same as the national U.S. average. Overall, California is about 5% higher than the national average, but Palm Springs is less. Part of the reason is all of the fruits and vegetables grown close by. There's a wide variety of grocery stores in the Coachella Valley, from Gelson's, Jensen's, Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods. There's also Albertsons, Ralph's, Stater Brothers, Aldi's, and Grocery Outlet. Plus, we have farmers markets in several locations each week. One bright spot about Palm Springs is the healthcare costs. Healthcare costs are 13% below the U.S. average, and also less than the California average. Two of our local hospitals, EISENHOWER Health and Desert Regional Medical Center, are in the top 5 in the Riverside County San Bernardino metro area, according to U.S. News and World Report. The Palm Springs area is often picture perfect, and it also might be called the picture of good health. We're fortunate to have a well-rounded and innovative medical community here. The two main hospital entities are Desert Regional Medical Center in Palm Springs and JFK Hospital in Indio. Both are a part of the Desert Care Network. And then the EISENHOWER Medical Center in Rancho Mirage, now known as EISENHOWER Health. Desert Regional Hospital in Palm Springs is the area's trauma care hospital. The Palm Springs area healthcare resources are sizable for a community our size, and the costs for these first-rate medical services are below the national average. Now, let's talk about transportation, and more specifically about the cost of gas. Recently, California gas prices have been approaching record levels. The main reason California gas prices are higher than the rest of the country is California's strict environmental laws, which require special gas blends, and they also require different blends for winter and summer. And California has the highest gas prices in the country, tacking on about $1.40 to each gallon of gasoline. Now, let's talk about taxes. California has a myriad of taxes. A comparison of taxes among the states shows that California ranks as the highest with an income tax rate of 13.3%. California is followed by Hawaii, New Jersey, and Oregon. And California is in the top 5 states when you combine state and local tax combinations. The statewide tax rate is 7.25%, In most areas of California, local jurisdictions have added local sales tax and increased the total local sales tax rate. So in the city of Palm Springs, the sales tax is 9.25%, which is a total of state, county, and city sales tax rates. By comparison to other nearby Coachella Valley cities, Palm Desert is at 7.75, Coachella is at 8.75, Rancho Mirage is at 7.75, and La Quinta is at 8.75. If it makes you feel any better, the highest sales tax rates in California are not here in the Coachella Valley. It's in 10 other cities, and the high rate is 10.75%. So how much does it cost to visit Palm Springs? Well, it varies by time of year, but the most expensive time is during the winter months, especially January through April. Summer is less expensive, and early September is the least expensive time to visit Palm Springs. According to Champion Traveler, the average price of a 7-day trip to Palm Springs is $2,194 for a solo traveler, $3,940 for a couple, and $7,387 for a family of 4. Palm Springs hotels range from $61 to $306 per night, with an average of $149. Of course, you can find much more expensive hotels throughout the Coachella Valley. Most vacation rental costs are between $206 a night up to $1,000 per night, and may be higher during the Coachella and Stagecoach music festivals. Average economy flight costs to the Palm Springs Airport are between $540 to $793 per person. If you go first class, prices range from $1,695 to $2,488 per person. So here's a tip. Depending on activities, you should budget anywhere from $75 to $200 per person per day for transportation and local restaurant costs. So, is it expensive to live in Palm Springs? Palm Springs housing expenses are 44% higher than the national average, and the utility prices are 6% higher. Transportation expenses are 13% higher than the national average. Of course, the cost of living in any area can vary based on a variety of factors. Even with higher costs, housing being the biggest contributor, Palm Springs is a great place to live with its relaxing beauty, the atmosphere, and 300 plus days of sunshine each year. And Palm Springs offers the appeal of a world-renowned destination without many of the drawbacks, such as noise and pollution. Palm Springs residents enjoy a high quality of life, a first-class healthcare system, and compared to other parts of California, more affordable housing. And people are open here, friendly, and very welcoming. If you're thinking about moving to the Palm Springs area, be sure to get in touch with me. Just click on the link below and be sure to download the free 21 Things to See and Do in Palm Springs guide. I've got your back if you're moving here. Now, watch this next video about what it's like to live in Palm Springs.